Well, good day there, boys and girls. Welcome back to another episode of Chop Lines and Inlines. It's a beautiful day here in the bush today. There's a little bit of wind going on here today, but it's beautifully warm. And you can see we just got a fresh snow here. It was melting real nicely there, you know, the last video, whatever we were working on then. And then it's actually stayed pretty nice and cool there and kept everything frozen a good while here. Now we got another snow. Can't complain about this kind of weather for a second though. Such a beautiful March here, you know, for where we're at. You know, like this time last year, guys, snow up to here, really cold this time in last year. I love to see these nice March temperatures, you know, it just makes things so much easier. So yeah, so that's no worries there, guys. We're just hanging out here at camp, getting some things going here. So my pile of wood is yet to unfreeze, you know, I got freezing rain on it and stuff. Like to get all that stacked up pretty quick. All my equipment, been working a lot on spring cleaning and stuff. I still got lots to do once the snow fully melts. I've actually been hiding it behind here, so you can see I have a lot of scrap metal and stuff I've had to dig up and organize, and a lot of stuff I've been holding on to I should throw out. I've been organizing it over here. You see those bags and stuff, so it's actually pretty good shape there, but I got stuff to take to the dump and stuff, so work on that too. Everything's good at workshop. And you come over here, see my chickens, they're doing mint right on. See, I got lots of shavings in there. It's not gonna be long here. See, they won't go outside here today, but pretty quick I'll have to shovel out all the shavings and stuff. Got the windows open and stuff. And they're laying good here now this time of the year. They had slowed down there in the real cold, so pretty well laid straight through the winter. But yeah, so everything's right on here, guys. I got all my, you know, to-do list checked right off, get her done. So enough of that shit, you know, all those little projects. Finally done with all them and whatnot. So, you know, guys, I've been working away at all those kind of little projects, spring cleaning and stuff there for a hot minute, and getting all my maintenance and stuff done around camp. And you know, I'm at that point, I pretty well got it all done. There's little things here and there, but it's time to get into some new things. So what I bought today, it's pretty exciting. Before I had just a cheap little modified sine wave. It was 900 watt. It was an Energizer inverter. It was pretty good. I kind of fried the thing. It's kind of hurts to think about that actually, but it wasn't quite ideal. Being modified sine wave and the size it was, but you know, I didn't pay too much of it, so it's not a big hurt. But see, Cougs is digging up his bones here. But anyway, there, guys. So I've been meaning to get a good inverter for a minute here. And I've been kind of putting it off because it's kind of a big ticket. And I got all this solar power now. You can see my system, all these batteries and stuff, and I'm just using my 12-volt lights and plugs and stuff in the cabin, hardly using any of my power. And now there's my deep freeze, right, all winter. Now that it's warm enough, it's not worth a shit. So I want to get my fridge going here and all that good stuff. So we better get right out of here, guys. I'm excited to get this going. And yeah, I got a few projects lined up. It's gonna be fun. I don't know, we better get right at her. I don't know how long I can stay around here tonight. I gotta get going later on today. So, I bought a big ass inverter. It cost me a pretty penny. Not as much as some of them. Like, I was not willing to spend. I know some of those high-end sine wave, you know, inverters are just ridiculous expensive. I was not willing to spend that kind of money. I already have all this Renogy stuff, the solar panels, and my 60 amp charge controller and stuff. So I bought one of them inverters here. They're definitely not high-end. I like to stick with what I know, but I don't know it too well. Like, I haven't had that stuff for too long, but I don't know any of it too well. You know, it's one of those things. So I opened it up, take a look at the instructions here over morning coffee, but other than that, we're clueless. So I have a decent idea what we're looking at here. This is a plug, I guess it's on-off switch. And then it's also got a warning light on here or something. So we'll put that over here. These are big number for leads or what have you. I don't know, for that, you know, connect the power off my battery bank. Hopefully they fit. This is the right size and I don't have to bore them out. Paperwork, stickers. This thing is a unit, boys, an absolute unit. I didn't realize it was gonna be this big. I had no idea. Honest to God, I had no idea. It is an absolute unit. So I got a 2000 watt Pure sine wave. Holy, it's a rig, boys. Compared to my last one as well. So see, I got the slots here to mount it. I probably just put a screw through there. Yeah, there are my fans and connect my wire there to her. So these actually, that's nifty. And then that's how you get in there, of course. So we'll get the Ukrainian socket set and a Phillips head. We'll be good to go on that front, guys. And then on this side, we got 3 plugs. An on-off on here or a remote. This remote honestly kind of looks useless to me if all it does is turn it on, you know. So I don't know about that. I guess maybe the idea is to put this somewhere else in the area or something. I don't think I'm gonna have any use for this, honestly, now that I think of it, guys. Like, you know, maybe just put that, might need it one day. It's kind of one of those things. And most things are like this, right? So I think about a 1,000 watt inverter, and it's 2/3 the price of a 2,000 watt inverter. So you get better bang for your buck there on a 2,000 watt. There's lots of things that you're kind of limited to on 1,000 watts. I've found anyway. Like I had that 900 watt one, and I had things I was limited to. And then there was a big jump to 3,000 and big jump to the charger inverters. I wasn't quite ready there yet, so I ended up settling, or not settling, like I did put a pretty penny into it. Yeah, I wasn't willing to spend them big bucks, honestly, on a 3,000 watt, and I didn't have, like, I can't even run that much power with the batteries they have, but, like, you know, I just couldn't think of anything, you know, so, but this is one of those things I'm going to buy, hopefully use for a really long time. Hopefully have, you know, real good. Use it in here. If I ever go with something else, you know, you set this up in a vehicle, it would be deadly useful. My plan B thinking, if I ever had something different set up in here, well, like to have this in 12 out or whatever would be deadly useful. Run equipment and stuff. But, where'd you put the damn thing? It's a real brick here, hey? I'm going to have all matching Renogy stuff. I know it's not top of the line. It seems to be pretty good so far. I'm finally going to be able to utilize all the power I'm making. You know, and you just do so much more. And also being sine wave, like I have little inverters that plug into my plugs that are over there and stuff. My 12 volt plug. They're all modified sine wave. It can be risky business with high-end electronics on them. Like, you're probably better off with the sine wave stuff like laptops and shit. Well, I've been charging off them for a minute, so I don't know how severe, but... Okay, so this is also real easy to install. Just gotta go find some screws in the workshop there, I guess, guys, and we'll get her done here. Okay, guys, so upstairs here, of course, got all my tools ready for this job, and my inverter, and it's gonna go right there. So it's not chop lines and inlines till we got sufficient coffees, boys, and we don't yet today. I got my Renogy 60 amp charge controller, my fuse box, my battery box. I have a few finishing touches I want to do around here. I haven't done them. They're not critical, but I should pretty quick here. So the first thing I want to do is get this thing put up out of the road, out of harm's way type deal. I can go there, or I can go, probably wind up going somewhere like about there. You know, that way it's easy to get my leads through here, and it's a convenient place to put all this shit. It's gonna be good there. This is not a pretty area. We know that, you know. These are, you can't complain too bad about the length of these, but see, okay, here's my 4 batteries. They're 220 or I forget exactly. 225 amp hour, 6 volt golf cart batteries. There's 4 of them in 12 volt because everything in my cabin's on 12 volt. These are gonna work real nice. These are 4 gauge or number 4. I'm going to go, you know, I gotta get up to the inverter, of course. I'm just trying to think how I want to do that. I could even move this a bit further that way. But ultimately, what I want to do is drill this hole I ideally would like to come through right through the bottom, because the hydrogen gas, it rises and vents out this way. That goes outside. Being lighter than air, as long as, like, I'm thinking about drilling my hole just below the vents, and should be good enough. So if I, you know what I mean. Just trying to gauge this by size. Like, that negative is going to be my restriction. So it looks like this bit here is about perfect size, or close enough. I'll probably have to end up sealing that up a bit. See, I gotta be on this one and this one. I can't be on these four. My voltages be wrong. So I have this. I had lowered it to get more, and then I realized, you know, I just wasn't gonna get it, eh? So, I was originally gonna drive it up through there, but now I drove it up through here. So it looks like it's just perfect. So we'll get her positive on first. I realized this is one of those things where no matter which way you do this, someone's gonna tell you the other way. Last time I was connecting batteries, I showed the positive first, and I seen guys say negative first. And I always go positive first. You gotta be just super careful, because these ones you can hardly read. And you cross polarity on this and you're finished. You know, she's a goner, boys. Try and hook like there and there, it'll pick low voltage up. It just doesn't, you know. These are 6-volt batteries. They are connected in 12 volt, but still, it matters which terminals you go to. I got a little bit of work to do here. One of them is distilled water. I even have some downstairs. It's due to be filled up. She's good to go. She's going, in fact. Here's my extension cord. It was the perfect distance to go to the other inverter I had up there, but now it's not, guys, eh? So we got her on. She's plugged in. And she's going downstairs. I'll show you what I am up to here now, guys. Okay, guys. So, pardon me on the little bit of a clutter here. We're actually going to address it in this video, so just bear with me. You can see my butane cooktop there. It's nice. It's inefficient. Now, like, I sized this system to do what I want to do in the winter, right? So, now that it's, like, longer days, I got power I'm not using. And it's going to be a real wasteful... Like, if you look at that, I'll tell you how much power I've used here in a minute. It is a terribly, like, to buy the amount of power I've used compared to the amount I've spent on solar, it's a depressing statistic. I have this coffee machine here. Now, you guys had seen me buy that other one. So I bought that other one, and it wasn't quite right for my 900 watt inverter. It would go over, not on surge or anything. It said it was only supposed to use 850 watts, and it definitely used more. Either that or my inverter couldn't handle the full 900. So then I was like, okay, this thing's been sitting here a while. I was like, okay, I needed to get my mother one, right? I actually needed an extra present. So the coffee maker I had, it wasn't working quite right with my inverter. So I gave her that one. It's bigger capacity. It's a Beauty Black & Decker. Gave her that to her. And then my inverter was being a prick. And now I got this other inverter. I had bought this one. You know, they're cheap. And this one's actually a little better. It uses less power, for one. For two is that it's the perfect size to fill my thermos. And I don't know what I'm going to do with 12 cups of coffee, actually. I've never actually used this thing, and it's been sitting here for months. I'll calculate this. Just to test out my inverter, I've already, you know, done a whole thermos here of coffee, so we're probably overdue on that front. This one's got the basket here you can clean out, which is kind of nice. It's not like filters are cheap or expensive, rather. You know, it don't matter much, but... So I'm just gonna fire up a cup of coffee here. And I'm on the Folgers. So it's greasy stuff. I have one tin that's been in here since I first got this cabin. First started building her. So it's been in here a minute, but we'll see. I usually go 1 scoop per coffee cup's worth. Okay, boys. The fuck is this? There we go. So... I was just thinking, like, I'm using this butane cooktop to fire up the kettle all the time because I love myself a cup of tea or cup of hot chocolate, like 24/7, guys. To use that, it's using through a lot of butane. Now, if I'm in the summer and it's full daylight and I got full battery charge, you know, I got all kinds of power, it's just getting wasted essentially. You know, then maybe a little electric kettle will be good to have, a small one, depending on how long it runs. I just don't have a clue. But you know, if I already got all that power and it's just going to waste, well, maybe for the sake of convenience. Cause I'm just like cup of tea after cup of tea, boys. You got to get her going. Yep, that's awesome, guys. What a treat that new inverter is. I think I put perfect. Okay, good. You wouldn't want to leave this damn thing on though. You know, so that's right on. The big thing there is my fridge. Hey, I'm connected to the charger cord, so it's hard, but you know, we'll get her going here. Oh, friends, it's just so warm outside I can't freeze anything now. Like, all I've been eating here, you know, all this kind of stuff, all this dry goods, KD, canned beans, ramen, granola, spaghetti, rice. That's, you know, that's 95% of my diet, and over time it starts to wear on you. It's good to have some stuff refrigerated. You know, you go fishing, you catch a few fish, you can have it a couple meals, because, you know, going fishing every day, don't get me wrong, it sounds like a lot of fun, but then, like, it starts to take a lot of time. You know, got to get other things done too there, guys. So yep, where's the pooch? He's having a blast here. He hangs out outside and then comes inside for a bit. He's outside digging up his bones and shit, so it's right on, Poochie. I can never capture the full character to this dog. He is one of a kind, but as soon as I start talking to the camera, I think I'm talking to him, and we don't know what the fuck's going on. See, guys, here's the nice thing. I have never seen it that high before because I'm finally starting to use some power here. I got 6 100-watt panels, currently making about 530 watts. So it's good to see all those panels finally working for me a bit, you know. Otherwise, it was just quite a bit of overkill what I had going. Okay, so here's my fail of the day, I guess. I was going to put up some more shelving because I'm running out of space, and I'm going to collapse this one. I have just cheap corner braces on here. I wanted to put a little better brace thing because this thing is going to fall. I got her overloaded. It's not good. It's done me well, but it's about to come crashing down. Now, the worst thing, come down on your head, but if all this came down, you know, in the middle of the night, Pooch, that's one thing about a black lab, they can't help themselves. Like, they just eat themselves to death, so it would not be good. So I was like, okay, I got some more 2x6, but this is a 2x8, so I got these brackets. I made a mistake and called it a 2x6, but it's actually 2x8, so that kind of sucks. But now I don't know what I'm gonna do here. So now I don't know what I was gonna do that here now, but now I'm not so sure what I'm doing. The fridge is running here. I'm just doing some testing. I don't really got any groceries in there. Okay, so I'm coming over here looking at this pile for materials for my next project. Now this pile actually drives me mad. One, I got to get it off the ground. There's lots here, like tin, all this stuff is good. I got some good 2x4s here. A lot of these boards I've left here were, like the ones on the bottom, is because they were no good. Like, what am I gonna do with that one? So should sort through that. You know, this is good shit. That's a good old board there. That could actually work for a shelf, but that is beam out of my workshop there. It's filled with bird shit because the birds were living in there before I fixed it up. This OSB, I got no use for it. I don't know. See, when I bought this, it was $11 a sheet. Now it's like closer to 40 the last time I checked. Mind you, that's quite a while ago now. Then I get into this pile. It really drives me crazy. Like, this lumber is really old, and I cut it out of the workshop, and it was, a lot of this stuff has already been decaying. So see this board I have here sitting funny by the solar panels at my workshop? Bought this one to build muskrat stretchers. Now I haven't got around to it, but it's 1 inch, but it's a 1x8, right? So I don't need all this for my shelf. Like, 1 inch is perfectly good enough as long as it's the same dimension. I got adequate space there to store things on. So I need 48 1/4 is 8, and then I'll still have lots left to build a couple muskrat stretches if I ever do want to. So that's what we'll do there. I'll cut that up, get that ready to go here, and then See, I'm stockpiling up some pallets here. I want to, once it unthaws here, I'll stack all that up, and I should grab some more whenever I find some, and you start putting them over here, and then I can stack all that stuff up because it's just a recipe for disaster the way it's at. We'll see what we can do here. I gotta get going here before too pretty long. I have little cavies coming, you know, all the time. It's that time of the year. You know, we're working here and then we're working there, which is fine. It's a lot of driving, but I don't mind. I have fun with it. And yeah, I should be able to pick stuff up for those shelves, and we'll get it done here pretty quick. But we just haven't been getting a super big chance to do a lot of stuff around here lately, but we're squeezing her in here now. It's real nice. What do you figure of my dog? Okay, so I might as well get this stuff cut up, ready to go. And it's good to use this stuff up. Like, there's so many pieces there. I want to work a little better at getting it used up. And this one, like, I didn't need the whole board, but it was like the only 1x8 I could find or something. I can't remember. Lumber is too expensive. I haven't checked in forever, but I kind of hear, and you know, it's still ridiculous. It's a little windy out here, is why it's nice working inside, even though it's such a beautiful day with the camera. But so we'll get them cut here, ready to go, because I don't really want to be doing it in the dark, and then I might be able to set these up tonight, because otherwise we haven't got much done around camp here today. Yeah, that'll be plenty good for my shelf. It's plenty strong enough too. Like, there's just no way I'm breaking that. Okay, so that should be good to go here now. Those will be my 2 shelves. I guess I could possibly even add the 3rd one, depending, but I don't think I have the room. So, no, this will be right on, guys. Can't wait to get that all put up. And then this is my next project too. So with my sick new rolling chair here, which is hard to get in shot here, and I'm wheeling it right here by my desk, this might pose a problem if I was half asleep, and you know, you don't want to go that way. So I just took that piece of lumber, I seen it over there, and I was like, okay, that'll work good. So I'm just gonna screw it in right here, and that'll give us a stop, so the rolling chair won't go over sideways, and that'll be plenty good enough. It's just one of those projects I'm bored, so I'll do it. But yeah, it just essentially acts as a stop here, so figured I might as well do that quick. And you know, of course, I don't give the slightest fuck how this looks. If it's weathered, it's weathered, it's whatever. Just drive a few screws through it, just in case I ever want it back or out of the road, you know. And that'll be pretty right on, guys. I guess I'm now feeling a little better about wheeling around here, because you know, you can't go off the edge. You know, you're locked in here now. So that's pretty mint right on, guys. So it's one of those projects. Okay guys, back to camp, but no worries, having a blast. It's a long day going here. I don't have the room for all this stuff going on here, and especially like how it was getting cluttered here, you know, it's just no good. So I'm not exactly sure how I'm gonna put these shelves actually, but like I'm starting to get stuff cluttered here, and it's just gotta go, you know, and this shelf is going to fall down. I also got some stuff for my fridge. And certainly I didn't leave just for this. I had to leave anyway, so get her stuff full here. I gotta do some testing with this fridge. It was being a bit of a prick. Like, sometimes it doesn't want to heat up, sometimes it's way too cold, you know. Got some bacon and sausage or wieners there too. Those are the screws. And this here is what we're looking for. See, it comes all the way out. Whereas, like, these other ones, they didn't come all the way out. See, if they don't come all the way out, like these little brackets, then it wants to tip in the front. So I could only find 8. I'm going to use 3 and 3 on my new shelves, I guess. And then over here, I'm going to put 2, leave these ones here, reinforce it, because it's just not good where it's at. So that'll be good. Those are good and sturdy too. Okay guys, so it's too late to be doing this kind of shit, to tell you the truth. Yeah, so very simple bracket, very simple assembly. I'm just driving her home. I don't really care how it looks. I'm just trying to store canned beans and stuff. So had to search far and wide to find screws that would go through here without coming through the top. And then I put 1.5 inches. This thing is sturdy, like really sturdy. It's never going anywhere. I notched it out for my cord in the side. Ends up just being right on. See, I got her overloaded, like just way too much. Like, see, that one, I guess these are 2 different distances. I didn't realize that. I just put it, you know, lined it up with the boards. Didn't bother to level it, nothing like that. So, you know, now I can put all this stuff right here. Stuff like canned beans and stuff goes good. Hot chocolate, anything, right? So they're not terrible deep, but like at this point, I pretty well got like everything. You know, I don't think I need much more shelving. I don't need to store too much more food than this, that's for sure. Like, yeah, so I can put this stuff here. Yeah, so this is right on, guys. I'm enjoying it. It's been a long time coming, this little project. Get things lined up like this. And, you know, I just didn't have enough storage, but now I do. So I'll put all this good stuff here. And I could have made them bigger too. It just don't matter. Like, everything's going to fit good here. That's just so much better. I also put these 2 brackets, just 2 brackets on this big shelf. And it's already so much sturdier. Like, it's way better, which is right on, guys. And now I took all that weight off it too. See, it's gonna take time to get that organized better, but that's gonna work real nice. Now I can just have all the essential stuff right there. Works good. Hey, what do we figure here, guys? Like, amidst all the chaos and stuff I got cluttered around here, I took down my calendar. It was from last year. It's been on October for like since last October. So yeah, so I never really use all this coat rack area, but like I'm storing sweaters there now. Like, I usually only have 1 or 2 coats or whatever, so that's cool. I'll maybe just move those over a bit better and space that one out. You see, is right there, but that's right on, I think. And yeah, let me play around with that, get a feel for it, see if she's good to go. Yeah, I think it's a massive improvement. I didn't spend too much time there tonight, but that's, you know, all pretty good here. So go put my stuff back in the workshop. Got a little bit of a fire going there because it's a touch chilly. Of course, my good dog Cooks, he is here as well. So you can hear the geese. They came pretty early here this year, of course. You know, they usually do come in still winter. They can handle the cold, but you know, they're down here, so they're, you know, kind of crackling on all night, honking away. I don't mind, actually. It's quite peaceful. The loons will be coming too. I haven't seen any crows yet. You know, they migrate, but pretty early. No bears yet either. I doubt they'll be coming out too quick too. But okay, guys, so I'm pretty well calling her a day here. But we're gonna look at this charge controller, show you some real interesting things. One is, it says I have 70% battery. It's not accurate, like, terribly. It gives a good idea. It's just going off the voltage, so it'll stay at 69 forever. And you can see we're using 2.3 amps or 2.2 amps. That's lights on upstairs, downstairs. So it's like so 2 amps is 24 watts, so a little more. But what I really want to show you here is interesting to me. It's actually a touch depressing, I must warn you. So we're looking at our analysis here, and we're looking at how many days and the total power generated. So all this charge tells me, this e-charge here or whatever, all it tells me is how much power it's taken from the solar panels, not the entire potential of the solar panels. Like, they can obviously produce more than that, but you see my load here, that's everything I've run off here, is only 38 kilowatt hours. So what that is or 37.28, I guess. But all that is all my lights in cabin, charging my cell phone, computer, and camera, and also my faucet downstairs for my sink. Been running all winter, so for 142 days all I've used is 37.28 kilowatt hours, which is like nothing. And the trick to that is really that I haven't had my inverter to draw the power that I wanted to, But I leave these lights on like this all the time, and I got them on downstairs too. You know, I just don't care because I got all this power, but still I've only used that much. So here's the depressing thing about it, is that if I take 37.28 and I times it by 14 cents per kilowatt hour, which is what you're gonna get charged around here on the grid, and it's $5.22 for all this power for all the solar stuff I have. So it's a little bit depressing to be getting that little out of it when I have so much there, but it's just been inefficient in what I've been using. So I'm going to take advantage of it a bit more better for sure, and use it for what I intended it to use it for. Now granted, like that's $5.21, there's monthly charges there and everything, but just on the 14 cents per kilowatt hour that you're going to get charged here, it's pretty depressing. Anyway, I'll catch you guys tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Okay guys, another right beauty day in the bush here today. It's really melting here, but I'm chipping away at this wood pile. Holy shit, eh? You know, stacking it up as it unthaws. I want to get it stacked up as soon as possible, get it organized, forget about it, get that job done, and then, you know, have it all drying out, get it ready to go. So this stuff here is still frozen. A lot more would be frozen if I wasn't stacking it here as it unthawed, but not quite done yet. To my great displeasure, I'd really like to just get it done. 10, 11, 12, 13. So she's 13 deep there, 13 stacks. And I want to measure this, see what we're looking at. Okay, so she's real close to 13 wide. Try not to move it. It's about 18, assuming that these 3 stacks are gonna get filled up by that much. And I'm sure that's even, and then some. Then if we measure this thing, it's about 4 foot here at the middle. There's quite a bit of variance there as it slopes. I think it's more down here, but it's hard to say, so it'll give us a pretty good idea. So we're measuring wood by the cord, right, which is a measure of volume, which is 4 by 8 by 4, which is 128 cubic feet. So if we're 13 times 18 times 4 is 936, and then we divide that by 128, and it's about 7.3 cords or so. And there's a little bit of room for error there, but between 7 or 8, no more no less, I'm sure of it. So it's actually a beautiful drying day here. Like everything is drying out nice. Quite a bit since the last time. It was storming last night, but you see the frost is still in the ground. It's coming out a bit, but like the water is holding here, it holds in behind, it holds over here. So you know, I know that well, so I don't put anything around there. And then the water drains. You can see it actually kind of drains through my wood pile, comes down, or this pile comes down, and then off this way. It doesn't drain by my cabin, it drains on either side of my cabin actually, so that's why I put that there. But this kind of ground is so ugly to be dealing with. It's just pure clay, and you slide right down my hill here. Guys, so me and Kooks are just ripping, getting all kinds of little projects done today, scouting stuff. It's fun. So you have to be real careful in this country when the frost comes out of the ground. It just turns to bog here everywhere. Particularly, like it's real, just like waterlogged around here. There's just no bottom to it. But you can see, like right here is frozen. The snow is just coming off it. I've been playing it real safe this year. I was on my quad really technically before I needed to, but all it takes, like last year as an example, over into camp in the evening there, and then first thing in the morning I drove out. Now it had rained and it was warm. When I drove in, I was like, everything's frozen. That rain really helps it come out, and I sunk the next day. So I don't want to get my trucks stuck. But these are real good drying days. You just have to be really careful about how you do it. There's ways you can come around here. There's ways you can. And there's some real nasty spots, particularly here on the first stretch where I try and get around all this water here. So yeah, but no, you just cannot drive through it. It would take a tremendous amount of work. You would have to pack in like some serious rocks over some nasty spots there for a long ways. But that's why I have my quad. So yeah, I have to play it safe, make sure I don't get stuck, because if I'm stuck here, like, you have to wait till it dries out, because no one is coming to get you. You know, it's one of those things. So I drive my quad and I don't mind it one bit. That's why I have it You know, I was driving over the ice here up until yesterday, but it's starting to get a little dicey on the banks there. But other than that, you know, like, it takes no longer to quad in here. We just have to load and unload. Otherwise I drive faster on my quad because it's so damn rough. But other than that, like, it's a weird thing. There's a lot of feelings that are hard to explain, but it's a different kind of feeling quadding in here than it is driving. I'm not sure why. It feels more like wilderness a bit. So I don't mind it at all. Cougs gets good exercise. It's just a really a nice time of the year, actually, with everything melting and all the animals coming back for the spring, and you know, after a long winter. But we had a unbelievably good winter. It was not very cold at all and stuff, so that was right on. But yeah, I'm scouting here. You see the beavers are in here. They're in here bad. Where I'm driving, you see my winter road. That will always be a winter road I can use, but I have access issues here for sure. I do. Like, this time of the year is a different story, and when there's a whole shitload of snow to drive through, that is a different story as well. The big thing is I'm spending a lot of time driving in here. The shortest time is in the winter because I drive right across here and the snow packs down on the trail and smooths it out. Like, really a lot, it smooths it out. So, but in the summer, like, I'm driving all the way around. It's rougher than hell. It's hard on equipment. You like couldn't bring a trailer in or anything. It'd be miserable, like all that kind of shit. So you can see I've been thinking about coming straight across here driving. Now, to chainsaw through all this shit, it'd be a hell of a project. You'd be cutting wood while you're at it, but it's like, I just don't really have the equipment there to put this trail through, because I don't want to be driving over the stumps. It'd be a real issue, and we're talking about a lot of stumps here. I'm leaning towards my best bet being to fill in some of the bog there on the first stretch. It dries out pretty good by like July, August, but otherwise it's really sloppy, and do some smoothing out there and some work in some spaces. As long as I can travel at a decent clip, it'll be so much better. So I've been thinking about that a bit. There's a lot to think about there, so we'll see how all that goes, but I'll definitely let you guys know and stuff. This one here I filled with rocks, and this would probably hold the 12 valve there now. But like, to show you the rest of this shit, like this kind of ground, but like, I don't know, it would be not fun, I tell you. See, it's frozen. You can hear where it's frozen. See, not very far it's come out at all. And once, like, even now, like, see here, this is exactly how it was. Like, my bar is just sinking. So here's another bad spot. It's the only place you can cross between two sloughs, and it really goes, it dries up late summer. See here, I had to fill. Yeah, there's more frost here than I realized. Here I had to fill. I had it punched out so bad that I high centered the ram charger and had it stuck here. You can see this whole way it's gonna be bogging fuck all the time. Yeah, like, actually, now that I look at all this, now that I see, like, you could drive through this because the frost is still gonna hold you at a certain depth, but after that, see, it's just ugly shit. Hey, fills your tires, like, and it does not come out. And if you have tire change, you're not doing anything either. But you might even be able to get across here like today. It won't be much longer though. All you're gonna do, tear up the country. Yeah, you'd make a hell of a mess if you tried to drive through it. I wouldn't doubt that I could get through it there today, but at a hell of a cost, I tell you. Did I tell you the one time I got stuck like right here, and actually it was right in this old rut here. I centered the ram charger in, but like, I got her stuck. I left her there that night. Come back to get it the next morning. The whole exhaust was underwater. Like, it sunk a long ways down. It was crazy. And that was a hell of a project. Well, I'm gonna be treating myself pretty good at dinner here tonight. I got bacon going, craft dinner afterwards. We'll mix her all together. It'll be, ooh, she'll be mint. But other than that, I am really enjoying the luxury of having all this, or being able to utilize all this power. You see I got my fridge going, keeping this bacon in there, all kinds of different things, groceries. It's a real asset. I'm running my coffee machine 4 times daily. You know, I drink a lot of coffee. So I just got so much power. Like when it's like I'm easily making 500 watts at times. Like when I fire up my coffee machine, you know, it's hardly, it's like it's not doing anything with the sunshine, that's for sure. It's been awesome, and it's been awesome for a fair while, so it's been nice. I'll show you some cool things there about how much power we've been using, but it's been good here for, you know, quite a while since we set it up, so it's good. I'm pretty confident telling you. Also, I'm moving up in the world. I'm on the Nabob. Is that any better? It does taste better anyway. It's pretty good. Twice the price though. I'm not as keen on that, but hard on the stuff, huh? Okay guys, so we have done well here. That makes a damn good feed there. So this is exactly, oops, this is exactly how I like my bacon, hey? Like mint, but like no crunch, you know? That makes it the best. So we're in for a hell of a feast here. Thought I'd show you how much power I've been using. It's dark here now, but I've already used quite a bit more. I forget, it's been a few days since I've had this inverter going and harnessing some of the power. I'll have to look back on how long it's been. So now this number becomes more important because it's not picking up that off the load. Like it's, my inverter usage is shown only here, it's not shown here, right? So yeah, so if I go to history here, I think I've been using about 1.3 a day. Yeah, see here, 1.178, that's 0 days ago, and my panels have got up right up to like 550. You can see it was here is at 500 watts. That's with 6 100 watt panels. Very happy with that. I can finally tell that you know, my panels are producing what they should be. Got some other days here. There's 520, 1.29, 490, 1.28. So yeah, using a fair bit, but still, like, I'm not even coming close to dropping these batteries. I also 1.238. I haven't went through a cloudy enough stretch. It's been you know, just good that way, good sun and stuff, but I'm sure we're just right set here. So 14 days ago, take a look at the comparison. See, my panels only ever got to 120 because I had nowhere to put the power, so I really haven't been able to tell. So I'm using like 4 times as much power as I was before. And having this MPPT charge controller here to tell me everything, it's a real treat. I look at this stuff a fair bit. Used more power that day, must have been editing video or something. That surprises me, actually. Yeah, so no, that's right on, guys. Really fun to play around with, but now my system's it's actually working for me a bit here before, and doing exactly what, you know, I designed it to do finally. So you can hear outside here, the geese have been here for a while, and you know, they're kind of a pest in this part of the world, but it's real peaceful out here at night, and just the changing of the seasons, it's just beautiful, you know, even though if it's a muddy mess up here. Can you hear them? Well, these ones are, they see, they land on the water to sleep, but it's ice, so they're just chilling. Here they come. They must be able to see good in the dark too, I tell you that. Ribeye of the sky. So guys, that's about it and all from me and Kooks here. We're chilling. that was lots of fun here getting that new inverter. It's a real treat. I'm glad I went with it. I think, you know, it cost a little bit of money, but now it's all, now I'm running my fridge, coffee machine, everything. It's just a beauty. It's what I should have got in the first place. Hopefully it does well over time. My new shelves are awesome. What do you figure, my man? Anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Hope to catch you on the next one, and hope everyone's doing just great.